we don't claim to be a self-help podcast or anything like that, but I still feel like we're supposed to
put it in a neat little positive bow.
Oh my God, shut up. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
And welcome back to another episode of Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast by the depressed for the depressed. I'm Christina.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're depressed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
But for real, when I was thinking about recording today, I was like, I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about because I'm so fucking depressed. And then I thought, well, why don't we just talk about that?
Good, because, yeah, I had no idea either.
Well, with that said, wait, do we have any housekeeping?
You always know more than me.
We still need guests.
Yeah.
For the latter part of October, I do have an interview scheduled on the 15th with a former guest, and that's exciting.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we still need more, because Lauren will be AWOL for a few weeks.
Possibly.
Well,
I mean, it depends what I feel like I can and can't do.
I got
Probably.
you.
Let's be honest.
You have the freedom to be AWOL if you so desire.
Okay.
We don't really have any other housekeeping besides that.
Okay.
Lauren, where are you at today?
Oh. I thought in preparation, I was like, because, I try to sometimes jot down some notes so I know what I'm going to say when you ask that. And then I don't know, got distracted. What? Me?
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right, let me take a sip of my tea. I'm drinking hot tea, which never
interesting.
happens. It's Lady Grey with a oatmeal cookie oat creamer.
Oh.
And it's really delicious. I'm drinking it out of my leopard print mug.
Nice.
And that's where I'm at. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, as I said earlier, I'm depressed. I didn't get out of bed until 2 p.m. today.
Wow.
Which,
for you, I know is
unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got up at 7:30 to feed the cats, and then I was like, you know what? I don't have anything planned until, this evening. I'm just gonna go back to bed, because getting out of bed right now is pointless. And it's not the best feeling.
Yeah.
God, there's a gnat flying around.
I hate that. They seem to be all over lately.
God, don't you know we're on air? I guess I'll start by talking about why I'm depressed. The main thing is money, which is so dumb.
It's not, though. We've said that.
I know, but I still feel, bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a quote on Reddit earlier that was money doesn't bring happiness, but lack of money can bring about despair.
Yes, which I totally agree with.
Yeah, I actually had a job interview this week that went really well. And I have a second interview next week.
Okay.
So I am looking at a light at the end of the tunnel in terms of that. But it's been rough. I feel like I had to ask my mom for money today.
Yeah.
And that was really hard. I called her and I just immediately started crying because I felt so guilty about not talking to her in weeks and then calling her to ask for money. It's a shitty feeling.
Yeah.
Luckily, she was very gracious. She was like, it's fine. This is what we're here for. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'd have to think if I've had to ask my parents for money in my 40s. Maybe I've managed this decade so far, but definitely in my 30s. And yeah, when you're out on your own, it sucks.
Help me feel better about my life. When did you ask for money in your 30s? Or what were the circumstances? Do you remember?
So, well, the first time I went to treatment.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I remember, that's part of why I felt like I could go in the first place is I went at the end of October, and I'd almost paid, my full medical deductible that year. So I was like, okay, I can pay the rest of the deductible. I can make this work. But then come December, they're like, you're not done. And my parents were coming there to see me for Christmas. And that's what I had to be like, January 1st, I will owe my full medical deductible again. I can't stay here.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'd already been there for like 2 months. So, parents that are clueless and what they're seeing is they're like, well, you seem better. You look good. I'm like,
Huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Can you still give me money?
Yeah. I mean, asking for help is really hard for both of us. We've established this. Asking for money is even harder. But I don't know. If this year has shown me anything, it's that people want to help. And like, I have the privilege of being able to get help,
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely heard some stories from you that prove like you have people out there that want to help you, even though it is hard for us to ask.
Yeah. And I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet because it's embarrassing, but I lost my SNAP benefits.
Oh, okay.
And the reason that I lost it was because they called me to do the interview, and I was driving my U-Haul when I was moving here, and I didn't see it.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I swear, like, I never saw a call from them, but apparently I missed it. And then I tried calling them for weeks on end to reschedule, and of course, I couldn't get in touch with a human being. And so the deadline came, and I lost my benefits. It's really infuriating because that makes a world of difference, like $300 a month for food.
Uh-huh.
My sister and I have both applied again, but of course, whenever we try to check the status of our application, it says the website is not available. And when you try calling the office, there's no one there. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Not a hot take, but this place sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just feeling really shitty about that. I haven't been writing lately, which also makes me depressed.
So that's a sign. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been really isolating in my apartment. Like, I've barely left. Like, today I left once to go get meds from the pharmacy, and that's it. And I'm tired of feeling this way, but I'm also, I guess I'm not doing all within my power to get out of this because, like, I'm not leaving the apartment or anything. I don't know. This is really boring to hear about. Depression is boring, folks.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not excitement, I promise.
Yeah, make a mental health podcast, they said. It'll be great, they said. The cat's doing good. We found out that she was pregnant. Yeah, we took her in to get spayed. And funny story behind that, when we first got her, my sister thought she had ticks because she was feeling this, like, hardness on her, like, chest. And I was like, bitch, those are her nipples.
Oh my God.
And she was like, I don't know, are they supposed to be that, like, hard? And I don't know. But yeah, it turns out she was pregnant, and that's why.
Oh my God.
She got an abortion.
Okay.
And they spayed her, and we didn't have to pay for it because there's lots of resources in this city, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's recovering.
She's tiny. I can't believe she got pregnant.
I know, it's so sad because they estimated her age at like 6 months.
Aww.
So she's like she's like in her adolescent phase.
Yeah, she's a
teenage
mom.
Pregnancy. Honestly, it was the cats that got me out of bed today. They're, especially Fang. I swear he knows when I'm really depressed because he'll just like crawl up onto my chest and start purring and headbutting me.
Aww.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. I feel like there was more, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
So yeah, I guess it's my turn. I feel like it's going to be just as boring.
Oh my God.
Because I'm just kind of in the same place. Just, I don't know, feeling blah and like everything is sort of pointless.
Yeah.
And I don't have a specific reason. It's like there's some frustrating things with the relationship that I don't feel like talking about right now.
Fair.
But, I mean, I know, like, the upshot of some of it is just feeling like there's not space for me to not be okay or just be me or anything like that. And that's kind of frustrating. I think that probably plays into, like, something that, for a long time, like many years, has always kind of left me feeling beat down, which is, I have had very, very few like long-term relationships even. And I think literally all of my coworkers are either married or in a long-term relationship where they live with the person. And all my time being single and seeing that, like, it gets frustrating sometimes because when you are single and you live by yourself, then it's just like, you have to do everything for yourself. There is no one to help you out. I don't even have family nearby. So, I mean, I've had many, many years of having to do everything myself. And I just feel like these people that haven't in a long time don't get that, you know, like maybe they never really learned that, or maybe they've forgotten because it's been so long. But I was just thinking of it as, you know, like if you are a single person, you have to do 100% of everything by yourself.
Yeah.
But, you know, then if you become part of a couple, then it's like, okay, there's more things to do because there's two people, but it doesn't double. And you have two people to take care of everything.
Wait, what do you mean it doesn't double?
Like responsibilities and things like that. You know, if you're two people living in one house, then there's still, you know, one electric bill, one rent or mortgage, you know? And
yeah.
Like if something breaks in the house, it's one thing. It didn't like break for each of you and you both have to figure out how to fix it.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like sometimes that I'm just getting overwhelmed and I'm just like, I don't think people truly understand it. Like, especially if I have, you know, like a lot of stuff to do at work. I'm like, yes, so do you. But I also have to take care of every single thing in life and in my house. And you do not. You have someone to help you.
Yeah. I think like living alone is so rough. Like not even, the being single part is hard too, but like right now I'm living with my sister and that has made things way easier because, you know, she is really good at like documenting maintenance requests and I hate that. And so she does that. So like I remember being alone and having to do all that. And on the days where my mental health was like bad, sometimes it just didn't happen.
Exactly. And yeah, you just feel like having someone to just, do something for me just once. It just feels like a godsend. So I imagine that has to be good that she is there and can take on some of that.
But yeah, it is really hard, especially when, like, I don't know, I feel like people give you a lot of respect when you have been alone for so long, doing that on your own. They're like, you're so strong, you're so self-sufficient. And it's like, well, yes, but because I have to be.
Yeah, it's not because, like, I'm so proud of how I am. It's just because I had no choice.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I've also been in partnerships, quote unquote, where it still felt like I was doing everything on my own.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I'm very hesitant to get back into a situation like that because, like, I don't want to slip back into the situation where I'm taking care of someone else.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to rely so heavily on someone that I forget, you know, like you were describing your coworkers. Like, I don't want to get to that point where I forget what it's like to be self-sufficient. It's complicated. I
mean, I feel people like us, like if you've made it this long, I don't think you'll forget as easily. I'm thinking of
maybe
people...
not forget, but like get used to it.
Yeah.
And then when you lose it, you're like, oh shit.
Then it like slaps you in the face, like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And like you, I feel like I've just been feeling really like isolative and kind of like leaning into that. And I don't know. Sometimes it's how you have to deal, but I know it's not like a long-term solution.
No. Do you ever do the thing where you Google your symptoms and then put Reddit after it? Like,
no, I feel like I came just after or just before the Reddit craze. So it's never the first thing I think of. Like sometimes I Google in a question and like a Reddit comes up and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll see what they say. But I don't go there first. It's never what I think of.
Well, earlier today I Googled too depressed to leave apartment, Reddit. And I was expecting to find like some solidarity, sure, but also maybe some tips.
Mm-hmm.
And it blew my mind how many people there are that don't leave their apartments. Like, so fucking many.
Wow.
And some people were like, yeah, I love my house. I have everything I need here. Why would I leave? And other people were like, yeah, I'm so anxious. I can't leave.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the reason is,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What I'm getting at is it's not just us. Like, I think we're all kind of more isolated these days.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we both have friends that we can reach out to, but they're not always, like, in person. And I don't know about you. I feel really helpless lately to, like, it sucks listening to my friends talk about how their lives suck. And I want to help them, but I can't because my life also sucks right now. And it's just, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I kind of have the opposite. I mean, I know, like, my friends that I would reach out to, like, they have their own problems and things like that, but they seem more motivated, and so they seem to be doing more with their life, where I'm just kind of like, I struggle to make myself do anything.
Oh, we can talk about that. Not feeling motivated to change. Like, oh my God, where's my journal? I just wrote about this. We've talked about it on the podcast before, how we want to get better.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling that especially lately because I'm in a new city. I feel like I have so many opportunities here, and yet I'm still making the quote unquote wrong choices. Like, I'm still isolating myself and, you know, leaning on these coping mechanisms that I know don't help.
Mm-hmm.
And being self-aware makes it even worse. Because, like, I mean, I feel like we're just, like, repeating ourselves at this point, but...
Yeah, I know for me, I don't know if I feel like it's the, like, I know we've talked about, the, like, I want to get to better. I don't know if it's that, but I know for me lately, it's been questioning, like, why do I keep going back to the same coping mechanisms that I know don't work? Like, I know it's the familiar and all that, but...
I found my journal. Oh, yeah. So I had my first session with my new therapist yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like an intake.
Yeah, okay.
So they were asking questions like, how long have you been dealing with this? And I realized that I've been doing this shit over half of my life.
Yeah.
And so no wonder the idea of stopping and getting quote unquote well is so unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like it's built into my DNA at this point.
Yeah.
And like, yes, I know I've done it before. Like, I know I have the capability of lifting myself out of this, but I don't want to because it's a lot of work and it feels unsafe.
And I know for me, it feels like after so many times, like, yeah, and like you said, I have gotten out of it before, but it's obviously inevitable that it's just going to end back up where it was.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the fear, is that I will try everything I can and still end up like this. And that's honestly where I see my life going unless I change something. But at least now there's like the possibility of getting out of it. Whereas if I try something and it fails, there's not even the possibility.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
I think also, I'll just read this entry I wrote last night. Yeah, technically, I know I've gotten out of this before, but there's still something holding me back. Maybe it's that I feel like I'll be less special. Or maybe that I won't be able to write anymore if I'm not struggling. I know how ridiculous this sounds. If anything, getting well, whatever that fucking means, will open doors for me that have been locked for so long. I could pursue relationships, for one thing. I could finally write my book. I could show up for people. But still, do I want to be well? It seems like the answer would be obvious. Yet when I look to a future that doesn't involve getting high or being malnourished, I find fear. I find a void that stretches for miles and miles, so deep and dark that it's impossible to tell what lies within. Maybe my brain is broken, but I know it isn't really true. If I wanted to, I could salvage this. I could turn this ship around. The issue is that I don't want to. It feels too dirty an admission to tell my new therapist in our first session, so I act like I'm interested in the coping methods they described to me. I nod along like I've nodded along my whole life, playing a part, rotting inside. I'd have to be rotten to resist this much, surely. And Yeah, then I talk about sickening myself and making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense, but I feel like some people will be able to relate to that.
Yeah, and you reminded me of like struggle I've had with, I know, past therapists kind of like trying to parlay that idea, which is, I feel like when I get to that point where it's like, yeah, I don't want to change though, it's kind of like I feel like I can't voice that because then I feel like the first thing is they'll be like, then why are you here?
Yeah.
And tell me to go. And I'm like, well, clearly something does, even though I don't know where that is because I can't consciously feel it, but I do want to be here. So obviously there's something.
Well, and then I ask myself, is this all just a facade? Like, is this just a performance because other people expect me to want to get better?
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, I don't. And I mean, I know that that's what depression does.
Yeah.
Is make you not really want to change. But it still does feel like such a dirty thing to say. Like, I don't want to get better. Like, even on this podcast.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, we don't claim to be a self-help podcast or anything like that, but I still feel like we're supposed to
put it in a neat little positive bow.
Oh my God, shut up. Yeah. And I was trying to think of the last time I was like happy in my life and how the fuck I got there. And I don't know. I think it would have to be in my early 20s when I lived in Austin.
Okay.
I was working at Starbucks and making a lot of friends and just starting to get into like the bar scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I wasn't bulimic. Like, I was great in terms of that. But now I think, well, was that as happy as you're imagining, or were you just like drunk?
Right.
You know, and then I get sad because I'm like, well, now I can't even have alcohol. Like, I ruined that for myself. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just really depressing.
It is.
Do you think, like, in our situation, it's better to just fake it like we have been doing? And when I say faking it, I mean, like, seeking treatment, you know, going to therapy, taking your meds, all the stuff that we do because we're supposed to, even though we don't feel like it.
Yeah. Overall, I feel like no, but I don't believe that not faking it will work because, like I said, I feel like there's just some things, and, you know, like admitting to something like that, people will just give up on you then. They'll be like, yes. Oh, you gave up on yourself, so I give up on you.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like, we're afraid of people giving up on us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, no matter how much we hate ourselves, like, we don't want to be alone.
Yeah, no one does.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's another thing depression does, is it convinces you that everyone hates you.
Or that everyone's better off without you.
Yeah.
Like, I would infect them if I'm around them too much.
Oh my God, yeah. No, that's how I felt the last few weeks. Like, I'm supposed to hang out with friends tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already kind of feeling depressed about it. I'm getting preemptively tired.
Yeah.
Even though these are people I love, and it's like, I want to hang out with them, but I'm exhausted when I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm hanging out with them, I just think of all the ways I'm like you said, infecting them.
Yeah.
It's a really shitty feeling, but like the alternative is just being alone.
Right. And we already know from experience that that's a shitty feeling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I hope people feel seen listening to this conversation, because I don't know, it feels like we're just shouting into the void sometimes.
Yeah, but I think it's good too, because we're always talking about tough stuff, but I feel like maybe our last couple episodes, we've managed to be a little more like lighthearted about it. And, you know, it's probably a combination of just like catching us on like a better day when we feel more positive about things, and also maybe some masking, which
totally
is kind of what we're not doing here, is we're just like, this is the shitty part of depression in all its glory.
Yeah. And yet we showed up.
Mm-hmm.
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yesterday I felt like this, and I like forced myself to go on a walk, and my sister-in-law just called me out of the blue, and part of me didn't want to pick up because I felt like I didn't have the energy to mask, but I did, and it ended up being a really great conversation.
Good.
Yeah, we have a lot in common, especially recently. She'd probably be fine with me saying this, but like she's not recently, but in the last like year, she's gotten sober.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this upcoming month it's going to be 1 year for her.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm really proud of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of connected over our despair at the state of the world and like being surrounded by conservative relatives. And yeah, and when we hung up, I did feel less alone. And I guess that's why I really appreciate it when people call me. Like, they don't even give me the chance to shoot it down.
Yeah.
They just do it. Because, let's be honest, when I'm depressed, I'm not usually going to call someone. I'm not going to ask if they're free to talk,
Yeah, like, it's already hard, like, the space you're in, and then it's even harder in that space to reach out.
Yeah.
And especially when you're giving yourself all of those messages that's like, oh, people are better off, not having to listen to me. It's like there's so much fighting against it.
Well, and also, while we're giving our dirty admissions, I feel like when I'm this deep in the depression, it also keeps me from being as interested in other people.
Yes, I agree.
Like, yeah, and that sounds so bad.
No, but I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's one of those things. I feel like it's really common, but yeah, you feel like a shithead bringing it up, but it's true.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's hard to get interested in anything then. It's not, like, I'm just being selfish. I only care about me. Who cares about other people? It's just kind of like, it's so exhausting just to be interested.
Yeah, for real. And I feel like the longer the depression has a hold on you, like, I think eventually you do start losing people because it looks like you're not interested and it looks like you never make time. But I want to care.
Exactly. And it's not even that I don't care. It's just that I can't show it outwardly. It's too much.
Well, yeah. And I mean, one thing that happens to me when I'm depressed and when I'm abusing substances is like my memory is really bad.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to keep track of other people's lives. And so, like, I've had friends in the past, no longer my friends now for obvious reasons, but they've guilted me for not remembering things about their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that really hurt. And I never want to appear that I don't care. It's just like, I don't fucking remember.
Yeah. No, I have the same. And
it's just like everything is in a fog.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a good way to describe it. Because it's the same thing. It feels like I'm not saying that, like, I don't remember because while you were talking, I was just thinking like, oh, well, nothing they're saying is really important, so I'll let my mind wander. Because I'm berating myself too. Like, why can't you fucking remember this story this person told you? Why can't you remember this thing about them that's important?
Yeah.
It's like, if I didn't care, I wouldn't be so upset that I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to give ourselves more credit because we really do care. Like you said, there is part of us that is trying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's buried way in our subconscious, like, there's part of us that does keep showing up and that does keep, going to therapy and taking our meds and checking in with our friends. And I think it's easy to just disregard that part because we're so focused on the shitty parts.
Yeah.
And I mean, that goes for listeners too, who might be thinking that they're a piece of shit for isolating. Like, no, I mean, you're listening to this podcast. Like, there's a part of you that does care.
Yeah, you're probably doing all that you can in the moment.
Yeah. And things aren't easy right now for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. In the past, I've felt like the world is getting worse. And it was just my depression talking. But, like, the world is getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, that's undeniable. And I don't want to just, like, roll over and die because that's what they want, No,
I mean, there is some little hope in me somewhere that I'm just kind of like, it won't stay on this path forever going down. I want to stick around long enough to see things get better again.
Yeah. I told my sister-in-law last night, like, at this point, I don't even know if reform is possible. I'm just trying to focus on surviving and helping my friends survive.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing to motivation that I have these days.
Yeah. And if that's it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, to totally change the topic, Taco had a good vet appointment.
Oh my God. Yay. Talk about that.
I can't remember now. I've probably brought this up on the podcast because it happened once not long after I got him, and it happened when he stayed with Vicky, and then it happened one more time here since I've had him.
Oh no.
That I just look over and he's got full wiener out.
I was expecting you to say he was like having explosive diarrhea or something.
Nope. I mean, like, seriously, as in I didn't even know a dog's wiener was that long.
Oh my God.
It's so
now
much.
We're really not going to be able to publish this episode. I'm just kidding.
It's so
Wait, isn't that a thing that happens with dogs though? Like,
well, like it pokes out, yeah.
Oh my God.
But this is where I'm saying, like, that's more than I knew was even in there.
How long is it?
Let's just say long.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And yeah, so that happened once, shocked the fuck out of me. And then he stayed with Vicky, and it apparently happened to her, and she looked it up, and she was like, because I was curious, she's like, apparently it's actually like a very concerning health thing, like if it doesn't go back in.
No.
And so then I was really afraid of that, and I had to mention that at the vet, I was like mentioning some of my concerns, and I was like, and so there's this thing. I'm like, it's not all the time, but it's happened a couple times.
Oh my God. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
But she confirmed, she was like, sometimes dogs, it's just like, because I guess, the little like poke out is like if they hit like a certain comfortable position, and she's just kind of like, some of them just hit a position where that happens. She's like, I actually had a dog, and I like showed her with my fingers, I'm like, this much. And she's like, I actually had a dog that did that in the past. I was like, okay. And she just said,
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
She just said, as long as it goes back in, it's not a concern. So
what has this podcast become?
The point is, nobody has to worry about Taco's wiener.
Oh my God.
I know someone out there is going to appreciate that story.
I really hope so.
But everything else went pretty well, too. She gave me some suggestions, because he has been getting very annoying when I leave. I think he's got, like, some separation anxiety problems.
Yeah.
And they've just been getting progressively worse, I feel like, as he's, getting to know me and being like, wait, I like this person, I don't want her to leave. And, yeah, so she had some ideas that I'll try, and hopefully it helps.
Well, we'll have to hear an update next week.
Yeah.
About the wiener.
Hopefully not. I would rather that not happen regularly.
Yeah, just imagine, like, does it ever happen while you're out and about around people?
No. Oh,
okay, that's good.
Like
that
I said,
would be so awkward.
I've only seen it twice, and it's just been at home, and I just turned around and I'm like, oh my God!
Oh God, where do you even go from that? I don't know. Oh man.
I just felt like we don't have a palate cleanser, so I felt like we needed something like it.
That was like a palate destroyer.
Yeah, that's a good term.
Oh man. Well, if there's any of you left listening, hopefully next week we'll be less depressed, and our dogs will keep their wieners to themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I promise if you want a guest on the show, we won't talk about dog wieners. Unless you want to.
Oh, God. Yeah, come be a guest.
Yeah.
And talk about anything but dog wieners.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really.
Yeah. I felt like it'd probably be a shorter one. We're both in a mood.
I might try to go on a walk after this, so...
Nice. So boyfriend and I are going camping tomorrow night.
Wait, are you, like, a lover of the outdoors?
No.
Okay.
But I'm not, like, 100% opposed.
Where are you going camping?
I don't know. It's a place he found. It's not too far away, because it'll be our first time seeing how it goes, and just overnight.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
But so, right before we recorded, then he called and said, like, oh, since we'll probably, like, leave early in the morning and everything, then I was thinking, just keep it, like, low-key tonight, just, like, go out somewhere. Obviously not drink heavily or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And now I've forgotten, because I think it was something you said when we were talking about isolating, but it was something that kind of indicated like just like maybe needing space sometimes. So I feel like I might call him back and just like, I wish I could remember what it was. I should have written it down and say that. And like, we'll just go tomorrow. Remember. Yeah.
Was it when I was talking about Reddit and how people like to stay inside?
I don't know. I don't think so.
This is the best episode we've ever done.
But it just kind of made me think, like, whatever was said, that I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to be forcing it tonight. I mean, it's not me being totally isolative because I do know that there's plans, tomorrow and we'll stay the night. So I'm just kind of like, I'm getting out. I think maybe tonight. It was like reserving your energy. Maybe.
Something about energy.
Yeah, it was probably around when we were saying
like
that. Yeah.
Preemptively tired.
Something.
Something.
Just feeling like it'd be forcing myself into something. And I don't think I would enjoy the night.
That is a gut feeling, and you need to listen to those.
Right? Because then I would force it, and then I would probably, like not be having a good time, and then we'd probably have some conversation that we would regret, and it would just be because I'm grumpy the whole time that I'm forcing myself to do this and putting a good face on.
Yeah, you don't want to start the day off in a deficit.
Yeah.
I support that plan.
Okay. That's probably what I'll do.
Cool. Well... Thank you for listening, friends, if you're still here.
Thanks if you stuck with us through this episode.
Yeah, we're just depressed people, man.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye. Bye. If you like what you heard, tell a friend about the podcast. You can send them to picklesandvodka.substack.com, where they can listen to our entire catalog and find our newest merch. We love hearing from our listeners, so leave us a voice message at speakpipe.com/picklesandvodka. My personal Instagram is at xtinajumper, and Lauren's is at Lauren_AFH. We'll see you next week.